This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
Good afternoon. I'm Meredith Barrick, and we are full speed ahead into fall. Our temps today in the low 70s, and they're only going to drop lower and lower as the week goes on. Our Alyssa Donovan is standing by to tell us a little more about when we can expect that.
Yeah, so we are going to see a bit of a temperature swing throughout the week. First, we're going to climb, and then we are going to drop way off. We'll be into the 50s with our daytime highs by Saturday. Right now, it's 64 degrees in Indianapolis, 57 in Columbus, 63 in Muncie. So we are seeing a nice day. These temperatures are seasonable. We are going to see them climb just a few more degrees as we head through the day. What's going on right now is we had that cold front that moved through yesterday, still bringing some lingering showers to the extreme southern counties, and then we are seeing that get pushed out by high pressure, and that's going to be in control today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. As that moves in, we are going to see our morning lows in the 40s, and that's just because we're not going to see those clouds to insulate us overnight, and then we are going to warm very quickly throughout the days, so temperatures are going to climb a little bit each day, and we are going to warm up by Thursday. We'll be close to the low 80s for our daytime highs before we drop back down with a passing cold front for the weekend. Temperatures today still climbing. We'll see a little bit of cloud coverage yet this afternoon before that completely clears out. See those highs reaching the low 70s.
Alyssa, thank you. This midday, a shooting victim remains in the hospital following gunfire overnight on the city's east side. The shooting happened on Balboa Court near 42nd and Post Road. Police tell us they responded to a shots fired call, and when they arrived, they found a man sitting in the driver's seat of a car with a gunshot wound. Police say the car had also been shot multiple times. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. No word yet on whether police are looking for a suspect. At least one person is dead after a crash involving several vehicles west of Indianapolis. State police say the crash involving two semi-trucks and two other commercial vehicles happened around 2 o'clock this morning on I-70 near the Brazil exit. At least one person died at the scene, and the crash shut down the westbound lanes of the interstate for several hours. The cause of that crash is still under investigation. New this midday, a federal judge says prosecutors in New York do have a right to subpoena President Trump's tax returns. This morning, the judge dismissed a lawsuit brought by President Trump in an effort to block that subpoena. The judge rejected what he called the president's extraordinary claim that the president enjoys absolute immunity from criminal process of any kind. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office is investigating hush money paid to two women who said they had affairs with Trump. The president's attorneys filed an immediate appeal with the federal appeals court. This midday, the impeachment investigation is moving quickly. ABC News first to report that a second whistleblower has come forward claiming to have firsthand knowledge of President Trump's phone call with Ukraine's president. ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi tells us Republicans are starting to struggle with their defenses of the president.
This morning, President Trump reacting to news of a second whistleblower emerging amid the ongoing impeachment inquiry against him, inaccurately claiming that the first unnamed informant was, quote, very wrong about his phone call with Ukraine, adding, quote, bring in another whistleblower from the bench. Meanwhile, Democrats are welcoming the most recent development.
We are tremendously dependent on people of courage stepping forward.
ABC News was first to report that an attorney who represents the first whistleblower is now representing the second, a member of the intelligence community who claims to have firsthand information about the president's efforts to push Ukraine to investigate his political rival Joe Biden and his son. Trump just days ago doubling down by publicly calling on Ukraine and also China to investigate the Bidens, a move that has left some Republicans saying it was all a joke.
George, you really think he was serious? I think he's getting the press all spun up.
I doubt if the China comment was serious, to tell you the truth.
However, Senator Mitt Romney calling the president's comments, quote, wrong and appalling, to which Trump responded by calling Romney a pompous expletive who is so bad for Republicans. As for the whistleblowers, Senator Lindsey Graham is now saying Trump should be able to confront his accusers.
The whistleblower's allegations are turned into an impeachment article. It's imperative that the whistleblower be interviewed in public under oath and cross-examined.
While the second whistleblower, like the first, has spoken with the Inspector General of the intelligence community, this person has yet to speak with the congressional committees conducting the investigation. Mona Kosar-Abdi, ABC News, Washington.
Colts fans are still riding high after the team picked up the biggest win of the young season last night. The Colts used an old-school running attack to dominate the defensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs. Marlon Mack ran for 132 yards, and the Colts defense held Kansas City's high-powered offense to just a touchdown and 2 field goals. The Colts came out on top 19-13. The Colts have a bye week this week, and then they will host the Texans the following Sunday on October 20th. A bit of bad news, however, for the Colts. Defensive end Kimoko Toure went down with what appeared to be a serious injury. Today, the team says he has a broken ankle and will miss the rest of the season. Are you at risk to be a victim of a scam, or could someone you know be vulnerable to someone trying to steal their money? Up next, tips on exactly who criminals like to go after. And if you want to vote in the municipal races this year, time is running out if you are not registered to vote. We'll show you what you have to do and how long you have to sign up. Alyssa.
And we are seeing a beautiful start to our work week where temperatures are climbing a little bit each day before we plummet in the 7-day forecast. I'll break down all the details and what you need to know coming up.
The Good Doctor, new ABC Tonight.
It's time now for another RTV6 Consumer Alert. I'm joined by the Better Business Bureau's Tim Maniscalco. And Tim, pretty much anyone can fall victim to these scams you so often tell us about, but there is one group that is most likely to fall victim.
Right. We actually did a survey and talked to 1,000 consumers that had reported scams on BBB Scam Tracker, and we really found out 2 things. Number one, people who are alone, lonely, and don't have a lot of financial literacy, they tend to be victims of this. And then also, people tend to fall for social media and online purchasing scams the most often. Now, mail and email and those types of scams, they're still out there and they still work, but it was really social media and those online purchase scams that were really the ones that got people. And once again, if you are lonely, alone, and you really are not all that financially literate, you tend to be a victim of those types of things. So a couple of things here. Number one, if you have some sort of third party, someone that you can talk to about things, that will help you in terms of if you're approached by a scam. I know we get that all the time in our office where people will call us and they will talk to us about things, and we'll kind of talk them out of a scam that, really sounds pretty good, that type of thing. So if you've got that available to you, that's always a good thing to consult other people. And just be, once again, on the lookout for social media and for these online purchase websites that offer great sorts of deals out there that, just don't exist. You're either going to get a product that is very below the quality that you want, or no product at all. The website is just a scam. So those are really the types of people and the types of scams that people fall for most often. All right, Tim, some great information. Thanks so much. This has been another RTV6 Consumer Alert. He's starting work today with the interim on his job title, the new Marion County prosecutor, and how close the race was to replace his former boss. And 2 entertainment legends passed away over the weekend. We'll look back at their very different personalities and the impact they made. And we are taking a live look from the IMS Pagoda. Comfortable temps out there to start your Monday afternoon. Alyssa Donovan will have a look at your full Storm Team 6 forecast after the break.
I'm so grateful.
Today is the first official workday for the new Marion County prosecutor. Ryan Mears was narrowly elected by a Marion County Democratic Party caucus over the weekend. It was a tight race as the former top deputy to ex-prosecutor Terry Curry faced Tim Moriarty, the special counsel to Mayor Joe Hogsett. Moriarty had the backing of Hogsett, Congressman Andre Carson, and several members of the city-county council, but Mears had the endorsement of his former boss. He ended up getting 157 votes from caucus goers to 147 for Moriarty.
I think there's a lot of people who are invested in this process, and I think it underscores the importance of this job and the ability that this job can have on the community in terms of hopefully having a positive impact on people's lives.
Mears made news after he was named interim prosecutor, saying his office would no longer prosecute simple marijuana cases. He says his focus will be on taking a tough stance on violent crime. A reminder, if you want to vote in this year's municipal elections, today is the last day you can register to vote and have your vote counted. If you you've registered before and you want to make sure your information is correct, you can find that information online at indianavoters.in.gov. And if you are not registered, you must be a U.S. citizen over the age of 18 and have lived in your home for at least 30 days and have a valid Indiana driver's license. Election day is November 5th, and early voting begins in Indianapolis and many other communities as soon as tomorrow. And if you're headed out this afternoon to run any errands or maybe picking up the kids from school later today, Alyssa, what can you expect weather-wise?
You know what? It's going to be a beautiful day. At this time last week, we were on our way climbing into the 90s.
You wanted to stay indoors.
It was an indoor day, but now we are actually back to average with those temperatures. Right now, we are in the 60s. We'll climb just a little bit more as we head into the afternoon. It's 64 degrees in Indianapolis, 65 in Kokomo, 64 in Bloomington. We still have a few clouds out there here in Indy, and then we do have those clear skies to the north and south of us. All of that is going to clear out as we head through the next few hours here. High pressure is in control, and that is how it's going to be for the next several days. I want to show you last Monday we were at 92 degrees for our forecasted high. That's what we hit. Today, 70 degrees. Our average high for this time of year is actually 69 degrees, so we are close to that today, about 20 degrees cooler than we were at this time last week. So taking a look at our satellite and radar, we had those clouds across the area this morning. We had that cold front that moved through yesterday that brought us just about a quarter inch of rainfall across Indianapolis. Now we do need quite a bit more rain. We are going to see the potential of that later in the forecast, but first we are going to dry out and warm up, and that's because of this ridge of high pressure that's building into place. That's going to be in control today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and much of Thursday. At the same time, while we are seeing high pressure warm us up during the day and cool us down at night, we are seeing this low pressure system off to the west right across Montana this early in this week. That's starting to build and amplify. That's going to bring some winter storm warnings across Montana early this week, and then that's going to continue to intensify as it approaches the Midwest, and we will see that affect us late Friday and into Saturday. So that's what we're looking at as it continues to move towards us. We do have the potential of that really ramping up. So we could see some heavy rainfall as well as some strong storms with that system. Great time to get that Storm Shield app so that you are aware of what's going on when it comes to weather as we head into the weekend. Looks like by Saturday evening that will be out of the area, and then we are going to see a big change when it comes to temperatures. We are cooling way down. So the first half of the week warming up. Today we are into the 60s and low 70s, and then we're going to continue to climb close to the low 80s by Thursday and Friday before we drop way down on Saturday. Highs will only be into the mid 50s, so we are going to see a huge change again when it comes to temperatures. That's going to be the coolest air mass that we've seen this season, so a big change on the way. And then of course those chances of showers and storms Friday and Saturday. Now we really do need that wet weather. We had one of the driest Septembers on record. It was the third driest September on record. So we need that rain. We got a little bit yesterday. We can definitely use a lot more. And then we are going to see some nice conditions, fall-like, and then a little bit more warm as we head into Thursday and Friday to start the week. And then spot storms Friday and Saturday before things clear up by Sunday. But Sunday's going to be a little bit cool as well.
Okay, hopefully those storms on Saturday are in the morning, so all the football games don't get rained out.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yes, all right, Alyssa, thank you. Still ahead on the news at noon, the latest look at court cases around the nation. This is a beautiful shot from Greencastle here at the noon hour. You're watching the news at noon on RTV6.
That's the benefit of Medicare from Anthem.
This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
Good afternoon, I'm Ted Rollins. We're covering 2 murder-for-hire cases out of Florida. In Fort Myers, Jimmy Rogers is facing a possible death sentence for allegedly bludgeoning Dr. Teresa Severs in 2015. Prosecutors believe Rogers was hired to kill Severs as part of a plot concocted by the victim's husband, Mark Severs. Jury selection in this case is expected to take a few more days. The other case is in Tallahassee, where Sigfredo Garcia and Catherine McBanawa are on trial for their alleged roles in the murder of Florida State University of Law professor Dan Markle. Prosecutors in that case believe Markle's ex-wife's family hired the pair and another man to kill the professor over a bitter custody battle. Markle's ex-wife testified last week saying her family, and specifically her brother, had nothing to do with the murder.
Well, he looked into hiring a hitman, but buying you a TV as a divorce present would be cheaper.
He did make that joke. He tended to repeat himself, and sometimes he would make jokes that weren't very funny about all kinds of things.
Garcia, the accused trigger man, is facing a possible death sentence. McBanawa is facing life in prison if she is found guilty. We'll have live coverage of both trials throughout the day on Court TV. Now back to you.
You can learn more about other cases around the nation right now at courttv.com. Taking a turn, a Connecticut man is setting the record for heaviest pumpkin. Alex Noel won the title at the Topsfield Fair in Massachusetts with his pumpkin that weighed 2,294 pounds. That's the heaviest pumpkin ever entered into the fair. Organizers had to use a forklift, obviously, to move that giant pumpkin. He says the secret is in the seeds and daily nurturing. The world record for heaviest pumpkin was grown in Belgium in 2016, and that weighed more than 2,600 pounds. Just incredible.
This weekend, we lost two entertainment giants, both of them mad geniuses in their own way.
I run this White Room, the 5'4" Bolero that makes it. Down, bum, 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 down. Wasn't written like that. Jack wrote it in 4/4. He now declares I wrote it in 5/4. I mean, hello.
In a white room with black curtains in the station.
Ginger Baker did not set out to become a rock and roll icon. He was initially a jazz man. But he hooked up with Eric Clapton and Jack Bruce to form Cream, and in their short life, they influenced just about everyone after them, both on stage and in the way they used to bust up hotel rooms in their legendary drugged and drunken stupors. Ginger once told a reporter he quit heroin 29 times in his life. He probably then berated that reporter. He was known not to be the nicest of people sometimes, but rock and roll drumming, specifically the drum solo, would not exist without him. Ginger Baker was 80 when he died on Sunday.
Good evening. Please laugh, folks. I just had my damn tubes tied this evening.
Two things Rip Taylor loved: prop jokes, most of them not that great, and confetti, lots and lots of it. He started doing props and other silly stuff one day when his regular jokes were bombing on the old Merv Griffin talk show, and he never looked back. Talk shows and game shows were Rip's forte. His best, or maybe worst, was the $1.98 beauty show, where the winner got, yep, $1.98. As Rip's type of humor left mainstream TV, he did not go away. He kept working Las Vegas and wherever else would have him for the rest of his life. Rip Taylor's publicist says he suffered a seizure and died at a hospital Sunday. He was 84 years old. Ray Steele, RTV6.
And let's take one more look at the weather. We are going to see a beautiful day today. Those temperatures climbing close to average, 70 degrees for our high. Mostly sunny skies. If you see clouds outside at your house right now, those will clear out quickly as we head into the afternoon. Tuesday and Wednesday staying dry as well. We're actually going to warm up a little bit as we head through the next couple days. By Thursday, we are close to 80 degrees again, and then we see those changes back in. Friday, potential for showers and thunderstorms as a low pressure system approaches us, and then that could continue into Saturday. Looks like the first half of the day we'll see if football is set. We'll of course keep an eye on that for you. 58 degrees for the high on Saturday, though, so if you are going to a football game, you will definitely need
some
jacket,
layers.
Some layers. Not sure if you'll need that umbrella at this point, but it is a possibility. 61 by Sunday.
All right, Alyssa, thank you, and thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. We hope to see you back here at 5. In the meantime, have a great afternoon and get out there and enjoy the sunshine.